All right, so it's been a little bit of time since we've all gotten together. Who would like to recap where we last left off?
Should we roll for it?
Yes. Everyone roll right now. Everyone roll a d20.
Got you.
Fuck no.
Is it highest? Does it, or highest or lowest does it?
I'll see how I feel.
Oh,
I hate this. Oh wait. Okay, there
I
we
guess
go.
I should probably get on, huh? Please.
I did it fucking last time. Damn it. Or
Oh.
not, maybe not last time, but
Hold on, we still got... Mike's got to roll still.
Hey. Ignore me.
come on, computer, tell me what it
what's it
is.
say? Oh, okay.
Oh. All right. Holgram, you win.
But
You get to recap for us.
All right. First, is my mic working this week? I'm
Yeah.
trying that new mic again.
Yeah, you sound good,
Alright.
man.
sound good.
Nice. So the last episode started before the last session started with the cutscene. With the dragon rider kind of landing in a cave. He got off and walked in with a crown, and there were 5 people waiting inside, all with crimson eyes. And there was a woman in the middle of the cave on a throne. I have names written down here. I don't know if we want to get that.
Yeah, you don't
Yeah.
have to. You don't have to go through that.
So yeah, they seem to be discussing, their plans for the Crimson Moon. They were discussing us and what they were going to do about us, and some kind of plan to go to Stonecaster Mountain. So after the cutscene, we were on the road from Dunblane to Vrento. We learned about the Golden Loom, Midas's guild. We were interrogating our prisoner a little bit about where he got the rugs from, which was from an elvish man in Vrento who was just kind of giving away his possessions. It turned out that man was named Balfine. He was the guild master of Midas's guild. We did decide to eventually let that guy go before the end of our first day of travel. After our second day of travel, we came to rest at a fountain close to the city of Vrento, and we were attacked by a group of harpies. We killed a few of them, and one of them flew away. Once we came to the city of Vrento, we came inside. We saw the marketplaces, and then we made our way to the Crimson Sun Temple in the political district, and were welcomed by Grandmaster Shamar.
Well, hot damn. Those are some high quality notes you take there, Holgram.
Was incredible.
All right, awesome. So, just as Holgram says, where we last left off was you guys in the presence of Grandmaster Shamar. So we'll pick up from there. So Grandmaster Shamar standing in front of the statue of Grandmaster Tigel. He approaches you guys and he says, "Well, I know that you all have questions, but first things first. Since you are here, I assume you have the tome of Master Norvalm."
Who's carrying?
I kind of give a look over to Czar.
Zar's just looking down, like trying not to make eye contact.
Do you have it there, young one? I think I see it peeking out of your bag over there.
I think the dwarf guy, he has it. Holgrim, give him the book.
I just kind of cross my arms and just look at Czar some more and just kind of point.
Look, okay.
You got to give it up sometime.
I'll give you the book, but can you teach me how to read it?
Well, I'll see what I can do. This is the first time that I'd be holding the tome myself.
Okay. Well, it did come unlocked at one point, and I'll start kind of reaching in, taking the book out, and I hand to him. And I got to look at some of the pages, and I couldn't read anything. There was no words or anything. It was just a crown on top of one of the pages, and then I dropped it, and it locked again. And here we are.
Ah, well. And he'll kind of reach out his hands, waiting for you to give him the book.
I'll look at Holgrim again.
I'll just kind of say, you should know. After we came out of the tomb with the book, a dragon rider with red eyes found us, and he knocked us out, and that was, I believe, he opened the book while we were unconscious.
A dragon rider. This is most concerning. Here, let me see the book.
Slowly, just kind of put the book out for him to take. And as he grabs it, I'll grip it harder until I release it.
Yes, come on, and he'll pull it from your hands. Seems like you're quite curious about this book, young one. Maybe I'll tell you a little bit about the history of Grandmaster Norvam.
I'd love to know more.
How many Grandmasters were there?
Well, I myself am the third Grandmaster, and Master Norvam was before me, and of course, and he'll gesture behind them, Grandmaster Tygal was the first Grandmaster of the Crimson Sun.
So how old are you then?
Oh, me, I'm up there, but I'm pretty spry for my age. I still have a few tricks up my sleeve, as you saw earlier.
Yeah, man, you're pretty nimble for an old guy.
Well, the rigorous training of the Crimson Sun does keep one's body quite spry.
I walk up and give him a high five.
He will match your high five with unexpected energy and enthusiasm. And he'll look back to Czar and he'll say, well, young one, Grandmaster Norvam, he was an initiate the night that the Overlord battled Grandmaster Tygal at this very location in Vrento, the Crimson Sun Temple. Norvam was quite in awe of Tygal, and during the battle, Norvam saw the devastation that the Overlord caused as he made his way through the city. But the Overlord's power was channeled through various items and objects that he was wearing. The moment Grandmaster Tygal initiated the soul bond between himself and the Overlord, Norvam witnessed the objects that the Overlord was wearing scatter to the winds towards each of the 5 points of Stellaris. And, well, Norvam made it his life's mission to find these items, catalog them, and safeguard them. He spent his remaining years exploring Stellaris on his own and crafting this very tome here. Upon his death, Norvam was buried with the tome, and he also put some safeguards on his burial ground. And, well, seeing that you're all here now, I guess you were quite successful in dealing with the trials that were placed by Norvam.
We took care of the skeletons and got past the traps, but that's thanks to these guys.
Well, that is why we reached out to each and every one of you. And, well, I'm quite certain you're curious as to why you 5 were chosen.
Don't be crazy. You know why we are chosen. We are the best of the best. We're like the Mighty Ducks.
I am quite interested in why we were all chosen, actually. Yes.
I am pretty interested to know too.
Midas always wants to know.
What are you trying to say?
You're always Nothing.
Uh-huh.
Well, follow me outside and I shall explain to you all. And if you could all just form a V behind me, we could play off of what our friend over here said about the ducks.
I follow him.
Alright.
Come on, Goldberg.
So Grandmaster Shamar leads you back outside, up at the top of the staircase that you guys climbed up to get into the temple. And he begins to speak to you guys. Though the Crimson Sun has had to resort to being agents of espionage within Stellaris. We were once a prominent and respected order, but the years have passed, and without any overt action from the Crimson Moon, well, people are quick to forget the threat that they could pose. In our time, our numbers dwindled, especially since only humans are able to tolerate the demanding physical and mental training of the Crimson Sun, due to our innate ability to adapt. And as you guys look out onto the training yards, the sparring pits, you do in fact notice that it is only humans, male and female, that are members of the Crimson Sun. You see, we humans do not live as long as other species, such as yourselves. But in our time on this plane, we are able to dedicate ourselves completely to our craft. With our mortality looming on the horizon, we humans are able to pursue the Crimson Sun training with a burning ambition. Through this training, we have developed secret techniques that keep the Crimson Sun high in demand on Stellaris. But we hold on to our teachings with the utmost secrecy. No one who is not trained as a Crimson Sun member knows how to do what we are able to do. Like things like our ability to blend into the crowd, as humans were very common in this world, and, well, not to mention, but, well, here I go rambling again. I'm sure you're wondering what this has to do with you all. Well, as you can imagine, the training to become a Crimson Sun member can be quite intense. There are many who do not pass the trials or are even killed in the line of duty. Well, we recently lost... Oh, sorry, young Ben? What'd you say?
What trials? What are these trials?
Well, I'm sorry, my young one. That's only for Crimson Sun initiates to know.
And you're saying I have to be a human?
Yes, unfortunately.
Why just humans?
You want to see us adapt? Let me tell you, I am one of the most adaptable people you may ever encounter, my friend.
It's just something very unique to the teachings of the Crimson Sun, and unfortunately I cannot mention what our secret training entails, but please, it is not in any sort of offense that I give. It is just simply the way that our training is styled. It seems that only humans are able to undergo the rigorous training that is required, and Grandmaster Tigel once tried to do this with other races, such as elves and dwarves, but for some reason they weren't able to perfect the techniques that were taught.
Well, thankfully, I am neither an elf nor a dwarf.
He's also not a human, which is the whole thing he was explaining.
Yeah, whatever. You see, I'm trying to find a weasel my way in here, okay? Just let me do my thing.
Can I insight
Why?
check this guy? Like, do I believe what he's saying about humans and about the training?
Sure, roll an insight check.
Ooh.
14. So, you don't have any reason to doubt his words.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he's welcomed you into temple, and he's clearly sent out for you guys. So there's there's no particular reason that he'd seem like he's not telling the truth.
So
If all of y'all are humans, why did we get reached out to? I don't know if you noticed, but none of us are humans. And I like point to the two blue guys in our party.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of just hold my hand up.
I like shake my hair like a helicopter, like wang wang wang.
Well, as I was mentioning before, the training is quite rigorous, and sometimes our members are killed in the line of duty. We recently lost Garrett, but he was able to get us the information about the Crimson Moon. And I'm sure Zanel told you of this new threat, Zilthana the Mother, and I had asked Zanel to scout out some outside talents to help out the cause. As I just explained, since we are all humans, unfortunately, our enemies know this about us as well. So we had to find some outside, experienced individuals to help us out in our cause.
Okay, so what you're saying is this is like Black Ops.
We only looked for the best of the best, as you said earlier.
A Call of Duty, if you will.
We're like the Secret Service, man.
And you know, when Zanel came back to me, I trusted his judgment implicitly, as well. Zanel will be the next Grand Master after I am gone from this world. But each of you were chosen because of the talents that you possess, the trials that you have been through, and the strength of your character, even if some of you don't quite know it yet.
Does this job come with a uniform? Cause this tailor over here won't sew me a new outfit.
Fuck off.
Well,
See what I'm saying, man? This is what I have to deal with every single fucking day.
well, I don't think we'd have the attire to fit your boisterous personality.
That's not something I've ever heard before. Not heard that
It wasn't a
everywhere I
compliment.
go. Yeah, I'm starting to figure this out.
So he continues to kind of walk through, brings you guys down the staircase, continues kind of talking your ear off a little bit. And he'll say, you know, we need your help in stopping the Crimson Moon. They're surely trying to obtain the items that the Overlord once wielded. They must be stopped at all costs. It was told that each object on their own held a great power, but when wielded all together, well, I shudder to think of the lives that could be lost. Now, maybe let me take a look at this book here a little bit more. And as he goes to open up the book, it is unclasped for him. It is unlocked for him. And as he kind of rifles through the pages here, he sees that image that you had described, Czar, of the crown, and he's immediately taken aback by it, seeing it in his hands. When did the image of this crown appear?
Yeah, I'm not sure. We got the book, and the Dragon Rider knocked us out. Then the book was unlocked, and I found the crown. But I couldn't see inside the book before that. It might have been there for a long time.
Did the Dragon Rider? You said he had the crown on?
Yes, the Dragon Rider. He had red eyes, and he was wearing it.
Oh, dear, this is terrible. They have already made the first move. We need to act immediately. Here, take the book back.
This is what we were saying, man.
He'll give Czar the book.
Well, how do I read it? What does this mean?
So,
Is the crown
I
one
want,
of the
I want
Overlord's
to ask
items?
Nalen's question. Nalen already asked a question. He said, "Who is they?" And I want to know this too.
well, they are the Crimson Moon, of course. You said he had crimson eyes, red eyes.
Oh man, red is crimson. Of course, it's so simple.
Nalen smacks the back of his head.
I like sigh into my hand.
Well, the only one in our documented history on Stellaris that had such eyes of that nature was the Overlord himself. As Zanel told you, surely this Zilthana is a direct descendant, his heir. And, well, given the name, Zilthana the Mother, perhaps there are others that share the Overlord's lineage. And Shamar will look over to the training yard and he'll yell out, "Harris, come here at once!" You see a tall human standing about 5'10". He looks about in his 40s. He's got a bald head with a small black goatee. He's wearing some red and orange, very monk-like robes. And he comes over, and Shamar whispers to him. You guys don't hear exactly what he says, but you see Harris nod, turn away, and run back. So Shamar will look over to you all, and he'll say,
Does he run past us?
No, he kind of runs, I guess, perpendicular to you guys.
Like,
So
could I reach out and grab him? Why are you running?
No, he's not close enough for you to grab, unfortunately.
Okay.
So Shamar will look back to you guys and he'll say, "This is quite distressing news. If there are indeed family connected to the Overlord and connected to the Crimson Moon, I fear that they may have struck first in obtaining one of these items." And he'll look to you guys and he'll show you the crown and on the page there, and he'll say, "When Master Novam created this tomb, he didn't give us much details about what these items do. He didn't want any information leaking out unnecessarily. But he did describe to us what these items were. And this crown is, in fact, one of the items that he warned us about. And if it has appeared in this book, well, I fear that it has been activated. And it seems like you all experienced its power firsthand."
You are saying that a thing in this real world that we are in right now has appeared and then just been magically put a picture of into this book?
I know not what Shama or Grandmaster Novam did to this book to enchant it so, but maybe it works in proximity to these items? I mean, your guess is as good as mine, but just based on what you've told me so far. You saw this dragon rider wearing the crown, you had the book in your hands, and then you said you were knocked unconscious?
Well, yeah,
That's
It's,
about it.
in a nutshell.
Well, perhaps now that this book has opened, maybe it can help you locate these objects that Novam hid away. He must have created the tome to be able to find the objects if the need ever arose.
So like the book is like a compass?
And just at that moment, Zar, you feel the book kind of vibrate in your hands. And you feel the book kind of pulling towards the north.
Guys, it's pulling, it's pointed to north.
Huh.
First
Weird.
a talking book, and now a compass book. God.
Are they the same book? No, they're not. The same book is not the compass book, right? That is
No.
Different books.
Too much.
Different books.
Two different
too much for
books.
one book.
Based off of like where the book is pointing, can I tell if it's more near like Kraknar or like the woods to the right? The woods to the east of Kraknar.
You can tell that it is pulling towards that general direction of kind of both in the area. They're both kind of north to where you guys are currently, so could be either or.
And
I wonder if this book is like a hot potato. You know, when you get closer, it like glows or something.
What are you talking about, Adrian?
so did I notice whenever he said the word compass, is that when the book started to pull? Or was that like
Yes.
the code word or something? Okay, cool.
I like
Well.
nudge your shoulder. I'm like, haha, got you, buddy.
So how many of these items are there? That book appears to have 5 pages. Does that mean there are 5 items scattered around the continent?
Indeed, there are 5 items that Novam described to us, but I'm not quite sure of the fine details of how they look. He just gave me a general description, and I'll tell you what I remember. Well, one, of course, is the crown, as it looks just as it appears in the book right there. Another was a very impressive set of armor. Another was a necklace. What was the other one? I believe the other one was
Was it maybe a set of needles for our tailor friend?
Now, why would it be a set of needles?
Cause you know you sew and shit.
What does it have to do with me? And
now that you mention it, was it a set of needles?
you gotta be fucking kidding me.
No, of course. No, it wasn't a set of needles,
Damn.
but it was. This was the one that Noam had a hard time describing to me, but he said it looked kind of similar to an ornate belt of some kind, but he wore it on his arm, I believe. I don't know. It's quite a strange description, but he said it was kind of like a belt. And the last thing were a pair of gauntlets. Those are the only descriptions that Novam gave to me, unfortunately. I can't be of any other service to you in that regard, but I want to ask if you guys are still quite interested in helping us out. I mean, the very safety of Stellaris could be in jeopardy if the Crimson Moon obtains these items.
I mean, what? Not to be like, talking about the elephant in the room here, but what is in it for us?
Still being alive?
Saving thousands of lives.
Yeah, I mean that's all well and good, but like, we're risking our lives here.
Adrian,
What? This is a valid question.
read the room.
I'm sure that whatever this organization has, they have enough gold to treat us kindly for a service like this. And he kind of also looks over to the guy, kind of asking the question, but in a less upfront way.
Well, but of course, you will all be compensated by us ourselves, and surely out there in the world of Stellaris, there are many things that you are each out here looking for, and we will help you in whatever way we can to achieve these personal goals that you all may have. But, of course, sometimes people's end goal is just money and fame. And of course, if you help save Stellaris, your names will be known far and wide in the country.
This will be the greatest story ever told. I'm going to copyright it.
It's kind of a thing.
Just make
Don't
sure Just make sure when you're describing me, I'm very ripped and not as old as I am right now.
I'm sorry.
At the end of this, I'm gonna have to raise my commission rate.
Well, I'm sure you've all had a very long journey, and of course, the Crimson Sun Temple is the quarters that our initiates stay in. You are able to stay there for the night if you wish, but it is still quite early in the day, and maybe you all have some business to take care of in the city before maybe you decide to head out.
I could. I have some business too. Maybe a bit of shopping.
There is one more thing we should notify you about, Grandmaster Shamar, is that after we woke up from the dragon attack, we were in the town of Dunblane, and it was under attack from a band of goblins, the leader of which said that they were being forced to attack that town. We did track them back to kind of a hole in the ground where they came out of, and we saw some magic runes there. So it seems like the Crimson Moon is moving faster than even you were aware of.
He takes a moment to kind of process the information that you just described to him, Holgrim, and he'll say, "I've heard of the recent attacks against the people by monsters, and as you noticed at the gates, there are quite a few people that have been affected, and well, there's always been animals on Stellaris, and they do seem to grow and reproduce at just the right rate to sustain life on the country. Quite the miracle if you ask me. Due to this magic of this country, sometimes magical beasts have appeared, but nothing as sort of the monsters that people have been describing as of late, and well, with this news of Zilthana the Mother, I can't help but feel I agree with you, Holgrim. It is a little bit too much of a coincidence, and there must be some kind of connection between the two. I'll tell you what, I shall go to the Council of Vrento and explain to them what you've told me. I'm sure they will have quite the inquiry to deal with these tunnels or holes in the ground as you described. And I'll also tell our members to search out some information about the Crimson Moon. Now that we know that there might be some activity, I'm sure we'll be able to find a couple connections and then follow that thread.
Eladrian picks his jaw up off of the floor and looks at Holgrim, and he's like, "Oh my god, Holgi! Your mind is like a steel trap. I cannot believe you remembered all of these things."
It happened 2 nights ago.
That is so long ago, my friend.
You worry me sometimes.
So Shamar turns to you all and he'll say, "Well, I have much business to attend to. Thank you for giving me this information, Holgrim. I gratefully appreciate it. But if you'll excuse me, I must be going. Feel free to enter the Crimson Sun Temple as you wish. However, the basement is off limits, unfortunately. But please make yourselves at home, and good luck." And Shamar will walk by each and every one of you, and he'll give you a nice gentle pat on the shoulder as he walks by.
He can reach my shoulder.
Oh well.
For you, it's like your elbow.
On the knee, kneecap.
He's not that short.
Okay.
He can get his arm up there to hit your bicep.
Just jump.
All right, so what do you guys want to do?
I wrote this down. Hold on. Where did we have the map located again? In our
for the city
notes. I see it. If anybody would let me say this again. If anyone would like to join me, I do have some business to take care of in the industrial district. A bit of bit of groceries.
I'll join you. I don't want to be stuck in this town anymore.
Yeah, I haven't been to Vrento before, so I would be happy to explore a little bit of the city while you do what you need to do.
Lovely.
I'll
Yeah.
hang out with Holgrim, man.
I have some business to take care of on my own, so I'll meet you guys. Yeah. And you like visibly see like Zara's just kind of like stressed out, like kind of sad, kind of gloomy. Yeah, we'll meet back here tonight, and then we'll deal with living situation after that. But I'll see you later. And he'll just start walking off.
All right.
I'm like visibly concerned for Azar because I keep calling him boy and shit. Like I feel like he's like like no, what are you going alone? Why are you sure you want to go alone? Hey, as you keep walking, I don't know if you're turning around or not.
No, he's not gonna. He's just gonna head down, just kind of walking.
I'm
Okay,
sure he
man.
just needs some
See you
time
later.
to process things.
Yeah, man.
Did hear some awful news of his guild.
Yeah. Okay. All right. I'll let him be. Come on, Holgi.
Do you
I
have any
will,
good city exploring music to play for us?
Nice. So, who all is going to the industrial?
I think everybody but Zara.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. So, the industrial district is pretty much on the other side of the city from where you guys are right now. So first we'll deal with Zar and what he's up to. Now, Zar, I'm going to give you the option. Do you want this to be private or not? Or wait a little bit and maybe if you have something private to discuss, I can bring it in a separate channel and we can RP stuff.
Like after the game kind of thing? Or
like during the game too, if there's ever like, maybe something you don't want everyone else to know just yet. I'll give everyone that option as well, that if you ever have anything that, you don't want the party to know just yet, we can do something on the side.
Okay, cool.
But
I'm okay with the party knowing.
Okay.
I don't think Zara will like say anything,
Yeah, that's fine.
kind of thing.
No problem. And if anyone does ever take this option, just wanted you to know, it's not going to be a long period of time because I don't want people just sitting around twiddling their thumbs, doing nothing. But that option is there. If there's like a small private conversation, I have a separate kind of Discord channel that I'll pull you into.
All right.
Sounds good.
All right. So
Like a
Zar,
whisper.
Nice.
where are you off to?
I'm going to head to my mother's bookshop. I think it was Word of. Hang on, I wrote it down. The Word of Words.
All right.
Like, so I know that we're listening to this like as a party, right? But do we as our party members know what's happening, or is this something that you need to like reveal to us?
It'll be something that Zara will have to kind of say.
Okay, just making sure I understand.
Yeah.
All right. So, Zar, you kind of how are you getting there? Are you kind of you picking up the pace, or are you kind of like solemnly walking your way there?
Solomon just kind of walking, kind of dipping through little alleys and stuff like that, just kind of remembering playing with his siblings and just all the fun times he had in Vrento, and just taking his time, kind of taking it all in.
Awesome. So yeah, you make your way through the streets. You know them quite well. It's still, I would say it's about maybe like 1-ish, 2-ish. The sun is nice and high in the sky. The weather is absolutely fantastic in Vrento. You couldn't ask for anything better. You make your way down these familiar streets, kind of like you know them like the back of your hand, and you make your way into the marketplace area, where you walk into a familiar store to you. As you enter, you see lines and walls filled with books. it is your comfort space, this area. So as you walk in, maybe you kind of trace your hand across the spines of the books as you walk by. And what do you do?
I just kind of peek at the little nook that I sat in every day while my other siblings were training and doing their martial stuff, and kind of have a little flashback to looking at his mom behind the counter, talking to people with their big smile and selling books, and just every once in a while she gives him a look and smiles, and just go back to reading and stuff like that, and just look at all the books and stuff.
All right. And from the back, you hear, "I'll be there in a minute." And this voice is familiar to you.
Yeah.
So
I just kind of wait for her to come out.
all right. So from the back of the store, you see a very young tiefling girl. She's in about her 20s now, or young 20s. She has golden blonde hair, light pinkish skin, and she has two spiraling horns that come out from her head. She is carrying a big stack of books in front of her, so she can't see you just yet. And as she walks in, she say, "Welcome to World of Words. How can I help you today?" As she slams down the book and the stack of books, and then looks towards you, and she say, "Zar, is that you?"
I kind of give like a little shy smile. Hey, Neza.
And she's gonna run over to you, give you a really big hug.
My arms are kind of slumped to the side, just kind of like, just sad.
And she's used to your kind of demeanor, and she's usually the breath of fresh air in the room. And after she hugs you, she kind of gives you a punch in the shoulder, and she says, "Where the hell did you go? You left me here by myself to run the bookstore."
I had to go out. I had to adventure. I needed to look for some more magic. I needed to research. I had to go. I couldn't take it anymore. I just need to find a way to help, and I wasn't helping here. I'm sorry I left.
I had to drop out of the Arcane Institute, to help run the bookstore.
I know. I know.
I can't believe you didn't find what you were looking for in all those years of study there.
I'm surprised too.
It's gonna take me forever to catch up on all these studies,
It's okay. I promise you one day that I will be back and I'll take over everything and I'll pay your way through school.
Wait, what do you mean? You're leaving again?
Yeah, I'm probably gonna head out tomorrow. Just kind of popping in, saying hey.
Well, if you're leaving so soon, go make sure you stop by and see Mom and Dad, okay?
Yeah, I'm slowly making. It's just hard not having answers and trying to go see her again.
What do you think I feel? You left, our brother and sister left. It's just me here with them,
I know, but you were always stronger than at least me. And Trakus and Kataki, they're doing their own thing in the world. This is just where we belong, where we were put.
I know you're always kind of the unique one, but I know I'll never forget about you. And she kind of fiddles around with the necklace and the necklace with a ring on it that you gave her before you left.
Glad you're still wearing the necklace.
It doesn't leave my side, or my neck, I should say.
Yeah.
I mean, are you looking for anything in particular? Mom kept a lot of stuff stocked on these shelves,
You got anything new? Anything interesting? Anything you've been looking at endearly?
Well, I mean, we did get a new shipment of spell scrolls that came in from the Institute.
Is that so?
Yeah, and I'll show you, but and this is kind of awkward, but Dad kind of said no family discounts.
Understandable.
He said we had to pay full price, you know, because it's kind of costly to keep up with all the medical care.
Understandable. I will, whatever the price. I'll have a talk with Dad later.
Okay. Well, yeah. Well, come take a look. Come take a look. And she'll go behind the counter, and she'll pull out a few spell scrolls here, and she'll just say, "Well, all of these they're kind of steep. I don't know if you have the money, but they're all about 50 gold pieces." And so she'll go through. She'll kind of list off all the spells scrolls that she has. So, what she has currently are all first level spell scrolls. There's an alarm spell, comprehend language, detect magic, speak with animals, unseen servant, and Tensor's floating disc. These are all the spell scrolls that we have.
What was the one after detect magic? Sorry.
Speak with animals.
Speak with animals. Thank you. I'll kind of thumb through them, just taking in the glyphs and everything like that. I kind of tap it on my pocket. Gold's feeling a little light. Unfortunately, I don't have the cash for this, or the gold for this now. But just kind of keep it in stock for me, okay? I'll be back for this.
I'll do my best, but well, have you learned anything at all since you've left?
Yeah, I've learned a couple things, and I'll open my book for the first time since we got to Vrento. And I would be like, "Wake up, book."
Whoa! Ooh! I smell magic in the air.
Yeah, my sister here, and I kind of gestured to Neza. She's been running the bookstore that my mother owns, and she's collected a couple magical scrolls. But unfortunately, your boy broke.
So now I got two questions for you there. One, is this conversation happening in your mind?
No, is that loud?
It's out loud. Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
So your sister Neza is just like, Zara, are you okay? I know you like books, but I've never seen you have a conversation with one.
Well, you see, Neza, I've unlocked some kind of potential, some kind of sentience in the book that Mom gave me all those years ago. And I could speak to him. My book is alive.
Okay. Well, I mean, magic can do some pretty cool things, so who am I to judge? I think that book is talking to you, big brother.
Yeah, don't worry. I've already been getting judged pretty harshly by my new compatriots.
Wait, hold on. You made some friends?
I think I've made 2 friends out of the 5.
Well, Zara, this is something you definitely have to tell Mom and Dad. I'm sure that'll perk Mom right up.
Yeah, I'll make sure she knows. Oh, and I also learned this, and I'll pop out my Wizardly Quill. And,
whoa, that's a neat trick.
I'll like pull a glyph off the page, kind of like float it in the air a little bit, play with it. The electric sparks kind of run through the quill.
And Neza's just kind of staring at your handiwork happening in the air. Wow, Zar, that's amazing.
Yeah, I've learned a couple new things. I'm hoping to keep learning and hopefully just become strong enough to where I can help Mom.
Yeah. Well, keep her spellbook handy. It seems like it's really helping you grow as a mage, or as a wizard, I should say.
Just a bit. So, but I'm gonna go see Mom and Dad. But it was good seeing you. I'll make sure to come back before I leave.
You better come back. And she'll punch you in the shoulder, and she'll say, I gotta catch up on all this arcane schoolwork. I can't let you be beating me now.
You better still be studying. I know you're not going full time, but just keep reading, keep learning.
You got it, big brother. And
I'll embrace her with that.
And she'll give you a nice hug right back, and she'll turn around and start going to organize those scrolls, put them back, and kind of tuck them away for you.
Kind of open the door of the shop, look back, give kind of a slight smile, little wave, and then I'll head out.
Awesome. Okay, so the other guys, the rest of you, what are you up to?
I wanted to go to see if I could get any potion ingredients.
Okay.
For brewing. Or, sorry, herbalism.
All right. So, and I believe, Naylan, would you have gone to this store before?
Oh, certainly.
Okay, perfect. So, everyone, I guess you're kind of leading the way here, right?
Yeah.
All right.
And me and, like, probably anyone else who's probably been to this place.
Okay, so you guys are making your way from the Crimson Sun Temple, cutting through the marketplace district, kind of taking a beeline through the residential area, and you make your way into the industrial sector, or the industrial area, I should say. As you know, sorry, go ahead.
I look at Holgrim and tell him, "This is what you get when you take the budget tour. Just go straight through everything. We will come back, man. Don't you worry. We will come back and we will shop here in the marketplace for later."
That sounds good. I'd like to get the full picture.
So as you guys make your way through all those things on the quick tour here, you start making your way into the industrial area. And Naylan, Midas, Eladrian, as you guys know, if there's any sort of task that involves building something, it's going to be present in the industrial district. There's blacksmiths, armorers, weaponsmiths, magical tinkerers, leatherworking, tailors, masons, breweries, herbalists, and alchemists. The area feels a little bit hotter than others due to the excessive heat that comes out from all the forges that are present in the industrial area. Smog that can be produced from these smelting factories is cleared away by magic users on the outside walls surrounding the city. The streets here are very well maintained, and they make the transportation of goods very smooth and easy. The workers in this area of town are very proud of their work, and they always work 100% towards their craft. All of these stores and shops are putting out the best work they can in hopes that someday they'll be able to get into the noble district and set up shop there. You, Naylan, are kind of heading right towards the alchemist's shop, correct?
Is there a difference between alchemy and herbalism?
They are in the same building. Fortunate for you.
Okay, great. Yeah.
Okay. So you kind of make those left turns, right turns. You know where exactly you're going because you've been here a couple of times. And you approach a store, and on the front you see on a big sign it says The Alchemist's Garden. And what are you gonna do?
I guess I'll walk in.
All right, the rest of you, what are you guys doing? You following in? You got something else to do? Something better to do?
No, I'm just gonna come in behind, right, and just kind of look in awe of everything that's on the walls and stuff, and be like, "Whoa, this is a lot of stuff, man. This is, I don't know what half of this stuff is." Just kind of looking at it and taking it in.
All
How's
right.
how's it smell in here?
That is a cacophony of smells from the herbs on the walls that are drying out to the potions being brewed kind of in the back of the shop there. Um, so as you guys walk in, you see there is someone jutting around the store quite quickly, kind of hanging things up on walls, prepping ingredients, all this kind of things. And you notice the large gray ears that are protruding from the top of this person's head, as well as the gray fur that covers their entire body. This individual is a Harengon. So this person is kind of sprinting around rather quickly, kind of quick and kind of having quick bursts of speed from one corner of the store to the other, and he's just organizing things left, right, and center. He turns over to you guys. He's like, "Hi, what can I help you with?"
Hello. I'm looking for some herbs for healing. Any ingredients for those?
Okay, herbs. Okay, we got some of those. We got some of this. He kind of runs to each like wall, kind of pulls things off very quickly, and he kind of spreads them on the counter. It's like, "This stuff you're looking for? You look for this?"
He looks over. Are any of these like something I could make a healing potion with, or use to aid someone medically?
Yes, there are some of these things in here. As you know, it might take a little bit of time to craft a potion of healing from these ingredients here. And judging from your expertise in herbalism, you know that it would be kind of a lower end healing potion that would be brewed from these items here.
Okay. How much would it cost for the ingredients of one?
And he's gonna run to the back and he'll say, "Marvin, how much for all these items?" And
Marvin. What the name?
out from the back, very slowly, walks a reptilian-like creature. And as this reptilian creature makes its way through the doors, you see quite a large shell on its back. And for those of you that have lived here before, you know that this individual is a turtle. Who is a turtle-like person. And he'll look up at you, Naylan, and he'll say, "Naylan, so
Marvin, how's it
nice to see you again."
It's Nayland doesn't laugh at those, but I find it very funny. Oh, I'm sorry. It's quite nice to see you too, my friend. Just stopping by in town after a expedition, looking for a few wares. How's everything? Job holding up well? Kind of pat him on the shoulder.
"Oh, you know, it's going well. This one over here wants it to speed up a little bit." And he points to the Harengon, who's just sitting there like tapping his foot.
Oh my god.
"But as you know, perfection takes patience. So you want these herbs here?"
Yes, these ones. I kind of like quickly like gather them in a bundle in front of him because I've been through this too many times.
"Well, I'm sure you've heard of the monster attacks."
Oh yes, I was in the middle of one. There were multiple.
Apparently, around Vrento, there were a few.
Hmm. Couldn't spell anything good.
Huh.
It's another reason why I'm here, stocking up on, you know.
Of course. But I just want you to know that many people are needing these herbs for healing. The
I'll look at Eladrin and like roll my eyes with how long this is taking.
I look back at him and I shrug my shoulders and I'm just like, I don't know, man.
the Harangon looks at you two and he's just like nodding. He's like he knows exactly how you feel.
Nail is quite chill with this whole process. He's quite patient with this turtle.
You know Marvin, though, it seems like, though, right?
Oh yeah, I've been here for a sec.
Right. So this is something you're used to. So
Yeah, exactly.
I'm looking back at these guys like, what the fuck is happening, guys?
It's like a mom bringing her kids to go clothing shopping. It's all very boring.
It's the worst.
So this amount would be about, and he kind of slowly like kind of strokes his chin very slowly.
Oh my! I hold my hands. I'm like, okay. Look, just give us the herbs, and I can guarantee that the Golden Loom can make you the finest. I look at his cell cloak you could ever want.
Well, it's not a matter of fashion. It's a matter of supply and demand. This bunch of herbs is about 20 gold pieces.
Hear me out. Our merchandise is worth way more than that, and also comes with other attributes. You said there's a lot of monster attacks happening, but with Golden Loom attire, you don't have to worry about a single scratch getting on you.
It
That way, you can
sounds
continue with
like
business.
you have money to pay for this, then.
I swear to God, I'm gonna crack your cell open if you don't get us these herbs.
Oh my god, man! Don't
yeah,
you do
Nail's
this
gonna
now.
Nail's gonna pull him to the side, but you do you want to leave?
Oh, did I say that out loud?
Oh my
Like-
god, man! Boy's got Tourette's.
There should be no reason to threaten my good salesperson here. Yeah.
I was just about to get Luther to call the guards on him for.
Oh. No, he's fine. He's great. Isn't that right, Midas?
Yup. I like smile to like good, like smile to my teeth. Like I'm great.
Well, because you're a friend of mine, Aelin, I can do 15 gold pieces.
That would be great. Kind of just sets 15 gold down very patiently too. Does he like count like 15 and then like set them down on the counter for him?
Luther Luther kind of steps in and he just like rapidly counts the the money. Thank you for your business, Naylin.
He looks at him and goes, for an extra 3 gold pieces, do you think you could throw in an herbalism kit? I seem to have left mine at my old house, old place of staying.
So Marvin will nod towards you and he'll turn towards Luther and he'll say, Luther, and then before he can finish, Luther runs to the back, grabs a whole kit and brings it out for you.
Nailin hands him the money and nods. Very well. Thank you all. Again, great to see you again, Marvin.
Pleasure doing business with you. And then he'll turn over to Midas. You not so much.
Fuck off.
Man, what a
All right.
temperamental man with a needle.
All right. And then he's just gonna like usher the two of them out of this nice store.
See you around, Marty.
He doesn't know a good deal if it came up and knocked him on top of his cell.
I'd say
mean,
saving
what did he-
7 gold pieces is a good deal enough.
I'm just saying, there's a reason why it's in an industrial district.
All right. So you have enough for to attempt to make a potion there.
Yes. Nice.
All right. What's next?
I think I look at Holgrim, right, and say, okay, man, you know, what is it that you want? You've never been here, right? What is it that you want to see?
That's a good question. I think Holgrim would really just kind of like to wander the city a little bit, take in the different neighborhoods, see what's there, and if there are any blacksmiths around, I'd just like to kind of peek in, see what they're working on.
Sure thing. So, in the industrial district, there's like blacksmiths, and there's also like weaponsmiths and tinkerer shops. So they kind of do a little bit different things. Like the blacksmith would kind of provide a lot of like materials for building things, like nuts and bolts and iron and things like that. Whereas the weaponsmiths kind of are, well, they're the weaponsmiths. They are proficient at making weapons. The blacksmiths would also do like iron shaping for armor and things like that.
Yeah, so I guess I'd just like to kind of window shop a little bit there. I know I can't afford anything, but with my background, with my family, yeah, I just want to see if they do anything a little differently here. If it's all just kind of the same.
Sure. So as you're kind of window shopping, you make your way past a building, and on the sign it says Simon Steelworks. And are you kind of stepping in, or just kind of looking through, like through the store there, like from the outside?
Yeah, I think I'd probably just kind of look from the outside, just kind of check out where these places are, and kind of make a mental note.
Yeah.
If I have some more money, if I'm back in town and I need something specific, where I would go.
Yeah. So the Simon Steelworks, it's not so much like a building, but it's got like a open kind of it's almost like kind of like it's like a tent almost, but not made of tent. It's like wood, obviously, but it has a lot of ventilation because it gets hot in there because of all the smelting and things like that. So you can kind of clearly see through, and you see a lot of big burly guys hammering down on some hot iron. But the one thing that you kind of pick up, actually, roll me a perception check to see if you kind of see this something or other.
Ooh.
Okay.
Ooh,
Well.
Got really good eyes, apparently.
nice.
So, Holgrim, because you grew up doing this kind of stuff, you watched your family do some blacksmithing, things of that nature. The one thing that you do notice is that the smelting furnaces, do not require any kind of like wood or coal or anything like that to be burned. Instead, behind the giant furnace, you see a rather large piece of ore that seems to be generating heat. And that's what you'll kind of pick up with your perception there. But you see a wide variety of things being made. You can see some armorers kind of shaping a a breastplate over top of a mannequin. You see some people that have purchased some of their items coming to pick it up. Some of them kind of strapping on their armor and things like that before they head out. Yeah, so you see a lot of hustle and bustle and a lot of busybodies at this place.
Okay. I guess if there's somebody kind of near the entrance, or that I can just kind of grab really quickly, I'd like to say, hey, I'm familiar with the smithing process, but I've never seen anything like that. That ore you've got there powering your
Sure.
furnaces.
So at the front, there's a human man, and he comes up to you and he'll say, "And is that who you asked that question to?"
Yeah.
Okay. So this man comes up to you and he hears your question and he turns around and he says, "Oh, you've never seen the cerulean core scene before?"
No, I haven't. That's new to me.
And he looks at you and he says, "Where are you from, buddy?"
From up north in Cracknor.
Huh. Up from Crackdarn, you never heard of cerulean core scene. Interesting. Well, I mean, it's an ore that's mined up from the Stonecaster Mountains.
Oh, that's so.
Yeah.
That's something that should be known to me then, I suppose.
Well, I mean, it is kind of a rather rare kind of ore. Not everybody has access to it. Here in Vrento, we get some kind of special privileges, let's just say. Now,
I suppose that's why I haven't seen it before.
yeah, it's not that we can't get the work done without it, but it just kind of makes the burning process and the heating process a whole lot easier than having to chuck in some coal or wood or anything like that.
I can imagine. That's something I grew up doing. That was one of my jobs, certainly stoking the fires.
Oh,
This would have saved me a lot of time.
you're a smith yourself?
Well, it's a family business. Never really made it to making anything too complex, but I did help out around the place.
Okay. Well, what's your where'd you work?
I worked for my family. They had a little smithy up there in Cracknor.
Okay, I think I recall the little
the Ember Forges.
Amber Forge. That's what it was. They make some pretty good stuff.
Yeah, we like to think so. I'm just kind of this is my first time in the city here, so I'm just kind of exploring to see how things are done down here.
Oh, well, welcome to Vrento. It's a pretty fantastic place, if you ask me.
It looks like it. There's certainly a lot around here. And what was your name, by the way? I'm Holger Memberforge.
Well,
I may be in the market for some wares the next time I come through town.
Well, you came to the right place. Well, I'm, and he'll kind of gesture up to the sign. I'm Simon.
Simon.
And
well,
this
very
is
nice to meet you, Simon.
This is my steelworks. Yeah, it's a little ho hum operation if you ask me. And he kind of laughs as he says that.
Well, it looked very impressive to me, and I'm sure I'll be back a few times in the future.
Well, whenever you come back, we'll get you fitted. And I mean, it looks like you got some pretty high quality stuff on you right now. Is that homemade?
Yeah, my gear right now is all homemade. But at some point in the future, if I'm looking for some upgrades, I might look you up again.
Well, sounds good to me, Holgrim. I'm sure I'll see you soon, but if you don't mind, I gotta get back to work.
Well, I'll let you get back to it. Thanks for your time.
And he gives you a nod, and he kind of turns back and starts yelling at some guys in the back. All right, what are you up to now?
Yeah, that's about it for me. I'll just kind of get back to the rest of the party and see what anyone else wants to do.
And Midas, Eladrian, is there anything you guys want to do?
Midas, what you got? You got anything?
No. I'm good. Just following along.
I mean, no, I don't think so. At least not yet. Not at this point. Have we met back up with Zar yet? Has he already caught up to us?
Well, you guys said, well, Zar said that he'd meet you guys back at the Crimson Sun Temple.
Oh yeah, that night. Okay.
Yeah. So you still got a little bit left in your day. If there's anything that you guys looking to do.
Yeah. Is there? I mean, is there like I've got these vocal cords in my pocket, and we're right
Oh
now.
my god.
We're in the middle of town, right? So I was just wondering, is there somebody here, like that I would know of that might be able to kind of help me in this process, if there is one, or is this something that I need to wait till later for?
Well,
I say traffic.
there might be able to. There might be someone that you can ask, like somebody nearby. You can ask about some directions.
So should I just I'm just gonna pull out my lute, man, right? I'm just gonna start taking it out and start to play a song and just be like, I have these chords from the harpy of the forest. Blink, 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 plonk, and I've ripped her cords from her throat. Someone help me make the most magical lute I can. And just, I'm hoping that someone hears my song around me and seeing if there's anybody that picks up on what the hell I'm doing. 'Cause I don't know who to ask.
Do me a
No,
favor,
it
roll
just makes distance.
a performance
this.
check for me.
19.
All right, so
Excellent.
some of the passerbys are they're jamming to your tune. They like what you're putting down. And just a passerby, a young guy kind of walks by. He says, "Oh, you might want to go check out Blaze Trailers. They're all they do all sorts of things with weapons and tinkering and things like that."
Blaze trailers, you say?
Yes.
Point me in the right direction, son. Which way do I go?
All right, so you're gonna go down this road, take a left, and then turn right, and then turn back around. You right there, and to you, those instructions are crystal clear.
Perfect. Yeah, it's like take a left at the Burger King, hang a right over here at the left. Yeah, okay, got it. All right, so I'm excited about this, and and I've already told you guys that was my plan earlier. So if you guys want to accompany me or whatever, you're more than welcome. But I'm gonna try to head that
Out of sheer
direction.
curiosity, Nayland will join.
Yeah, me as well. I wanna see what's gonna happen with these.
I'll come along just to make sure he doesn't say anything too out of pocket.
He doesn't say anything to our pocket? Didn't you threaten a turtle
No,
in his own shop
no.
selling us healing herbs?
It's not my fault he doesn't understand anything.
Damn turtle.
Money talks, promises walk, my friend. All right, so you make your way. You follow that young guy's directions, and he brings you exactly to the front of Blaze Trailers. So kind of similar to the Steelworks layout, there is a kind of an open concept here with lots of people banging on anvils and things of that nature. What do you do?
I'm admiring the sign out front. And then I'm like, Blaze Trailers. Oh, like trailblazers, but they did it backwards. Of course, it's so simple. And then I walk in, I walk into the place, and then I have this entourage behind me, right? I'm super excited to have my friends here along for the ride because they have no fucking clue. I have no idea.
Friends?
And I'm whatever you want to call it yourselves. And then we come to the right into the center, and I look up, and I'm standing at this counter, I guess you would call it or whatever.
Yeah.
And I see this person, and I'm just I'm like, hello, what, who, kind of bewildered, like I've never really had a reason to come in here before, but
Yeah.
so I'm kind of looking at everything around here. I'm like, what? Kind of taken aback. I'm like, hell, I barely even know what to say. This is one of the first times I've been speechless. What do I? Hey, what is this place?
So, as you address the person behind the counter, you're kind of a little bit shocked, Eladrian, because this person's kind of the stark opposite of you. They are, in fact, a fire genasi. So they are red-skinned, and this is a female fire genasi. So she has a kind of a short mohawk cut, a couple of like piercings on her lip, and like a nose ring as well. And she'll look you up and down and say, "Oh, what are you looking for?"
Wow. Why? Well, this could go so many ways. But let's, well.
Let's go. I got quotas to meet.
So here we yes. So I have these. And I pull out these chords, right? That are however it is, it's got a voice box or chords or whatever, and I hand it over, and I'm like, I wanted to make strings for my lute. Is this can you help me? And I look at her, right? I mean, she's exactly, as an air genasi, like I'm looking at her like, oh my god, this is amazing, right? I mean, she needs what I am in order to survive. Like, this could be a match made in heaven.
So she kind of gives a sigh, and she turns back to the corner, and she yells, "Bizbit, there's someone here for you." And then she kind of walks back towards the forges there. And out from the back counter, you see a small gnome make his way towards the front here. He pulls out a little step stool and takes a couple steps up, and he's like, "Hello."
So I immediately snap out of it. I'm like, whoa, holy, I come to, and like, oh my god, hello, Fizzbit, what are you doing? Oh, my friend, Fizzbit here. Okay, so this is the problem. I have these vocal cords, right, from my harpy. I did the most delicate surgery you've ever seen with my dagger, by the way. It was very nip and tuck. So, let's say I have these vocal cords, and I go on for this story, right? And I probably take like eight or 9 minutes to talk to him about this, how it all happened. And I'm like, so I want to make it for my lute. I want to take the whole chords and make it the strings. And let me show you why. And so I pull my lute over, and I start to serenade him. Right, and just before as I string like the strum one time, right, he stops me before I go any further.
Actually, as you kind of start to strum your lute, the fire genasi from the back whips a dagger and it hits your lute, and just like it doesn't like break the strings or anything like that, but it kind of like sticks into it, and she'll look back to you. It's like, "You're wasting valuable time," and Fizzbit's like, "Don't worry, Malva, it's okay."
Thank you.
I look at her over the thing. I say, "You have kissed my lute with fire."
And she'll just turn back to the forge and start banging away on some anvils. So, Fizzbit in front of you, he says, "So you have some harpy chords, huh?
Yes, I have the finest harpy chords in all the land."
So he takes like a kind of like this magnifying glass, like like the monocle glasses, and he's kind of looking at the chords, inspecting them, and then he kind of gestures to you. He's like, "Give me that lute there."
Yes, here. You now be careful. This is one of my most prized possessions. Please, only the strings.
And you see Fizzbit kind of like measure up the length of the vocal cords and like compared to the lute, and he says, "Well, this might take a little bit of time to finish, but I mean, if you leave the lute here, I can probably work on this, and it might take a couple of days to finish. But we don't just give out the finished product." And he looks you up and down without making sure that you have the adequate compensation.
Yes. What? Yes. If I leave my lute, my god, I feel so naked without it. And then I look back at Marva across the counter as I say that. And then I look back at, Visbit, and I'm like, all right, I will leave my lute with you for however many days. But how much? What are we talking here?
Oh, well, and then he's gonna start like just rattling out some like mumbo jumbo jargon that you don't quite understand. He's like, if I put the doohickey on this thing and then slap this on that and this on that and this that, he says maybe I mean might run you like 50 gold, maybe.
I look at him and I say, I tell you what, man. I would gladly pay you 15 gold, like you said. 15. And I try to persuade him as best I possibly can to make him think that he said 15 instead of 50.
All right, roll persuasion.
20.
20. 15? I'm pretty sure I said 50, but maybe I did say 15. And then Malva from the back just gonna kind of slam on the counter in front of you, and she's gonna point directly and kind of like poke your chest. And he says, "Don't you try and swindle Fizbit. Just because he's an old man, you will pay the 50 gold."
All right, but I will only pay you 15 now.
And then you will pay the 35 when it is finished.
Yes, we will figure something out.
Well, let's see the money.
So I pay him 15 however I need to do it. Like, well, I pull out like a satchel up from my side, right, and I loosen it up, and kind of toss it in the air, and 15 gold pieces kind of fall straight up, and then kind of fall in. But wow, sorry, animals are barking, and then it falls right into my hand in a perfect stack of 15, like, right up in the perfect cylindrical. I turn it over and slam it on the counter, and it's just one stack of 15.
All right. And then Malva will look over to Fizbit and kind of nod, and then she'll kind of give you like a scowl as she kind of walks back to her forge there. And Fizbit says, "Well, I think it might take a couple of days. I mean, are you planning on leaving Vrento soon?"
I don't know, man, but you know what? I know you're going to take good care of it. You've got the reputation that precedes you, Fizbit, so I'm not too worried at all. You know, you are going to be worth all 15 gold, like we agreed upon.
Malva from the back, 35. And Fizbit will say, "Well, I guess the next time you come around Vrento, he'll be here waiting for you."
All right. Oh my god, I can't believe I'm going to be leaving without my loot. My friends, I'm so sorry. We're going to have to. I don't know what you're going to do. I know how much you love this.
Oh no. However will I recover?
I'm truly stricken by this news.
I look towards Fizbit and talk in Nomads and stuff. Take as long as you need.
And he'll reply back in Gnomish and he'll say, "Not a fan of the music, are ya?"
And I'll shake my head really fast.
They don't know yet, man. They just don't know yet. And as soon as you are done, they are really going to have a much better appreciation. Don't you worry. Don't you worry, Fizbit. I believe in you, my friend.
Fizbit will nod to you, Midas, and then he'll take the loot and the, I guess at this point, kind of dried out a little bit, harpy vocal cords, and he'll go back to his workstation, and he'll notice that he kind of puts it in a bin off to the side for right now, and he goes back to working on what he was originally working on.
Oh man, he'll do it good. I know he will.
All right. Anything else?
Thanks, guys.
That's awesome.
I was just in the back watching all of this.
That is one scary woman.
Right. I'm good. Personally, I could just head back to.
Hey, Midas, do you need any thread?
No.
I could head back to the guild just to make sure like we all are like met up at the same spot.
Yeah, I think maybe get some food, get something to drink, and yeah, wait for Czar.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so you guys are gonna head back to where?
Do we want to kind of is there like maybe is there like a library or anything that maybe we could like read up on? You know, maybe some extra history or something, or I don't know, anything that we might need to know.
In pertaining to?
So we're going into this whole Crimson Sun thing where I grew. Do we need to? I don't know. I guess I'm reading too much into it right now, but
Are there?
maybe
That's a good point. Like getting some history on like Crimson Moon.
I feel like if there is any
Like
information
past
on that, it
Crimson
would be back at the
activities.
temple.
yeah, okay, that would make sense. It would be at the temple in the first place.
It's a good idea though.
Yeah, I think it would definitely be helpful if we had a little more information. Although I don't know, if Grandmaster Shamar didn't know it or didn't tell us. I wonder.
Yeah, I guess I was
Would
looking
be
for like a
easy to
different
find.
point of view too, right? Like, so I'd almost want to see it from the Crimson, sun or the opposite, the moon kind of way, right? To see why they think that there's do they have like a manifesto or something? Maybe there's like a secret underground to Vrento. How do we find that?
How do I find what the enemy's planning?
How do we win?
How do I win this long term campaign?
How do we win it?
Yeah, I don't know.
Well, I mean, if anyone's gonna have, like Midas said, if anyone's gonna have some kind of knowledge or history about them, it will probably be the Crimson Sun. As kind of Grandmaster Shamar said, there haven't been really any kind of overt actions from the Crimson Moon, and that's kind of led them to believe that more or less they've kind of, dwindled and kind of gone away. But the Crimson Sun's still kicking around, right? So there might be some information somewhere.
The Crimson Moon and the Crimson Sun did they had war together, did they not? Originally, like before.
Yeah, so they had like the Overlord had like amassed his army and things of that nature, and he established the city of Glasmont, and kind of waged a war against Vrento, trying to get control of Stellaris itself.
I see. So we could probably like maybe find history books on like that, and just like how all that went down. Like someone
Okay,
had to
yeah.
report that.
Yeah, so no worries. Then I think if we keep going to the temple, that'll kind of get where my head was going. Kind of satisfy that piece of my curiosity.
All right, so what are we gonna do?
Head to the temple.
Back to the temple, eh, guys?
Yes.
Sounds good.
Midas, you good with that?
Yep.
All right. So, as you all kind of make your way back to the Crimson Sun Temple, anyone want to take the scenic route for for Holgrim here?
I'll take the scenic route with Holgrim. Kind of talk to him about like all the times I came here after quests, or like after like one of the quests we did together to restock and rest.
Awesome. Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
I'm just kind of looking around, taking things in.
yeah. So
Just kind of curious.
perfect. Yeah. So it's for you, Holgrim, it is a little bit overwhelming, the size of the city and all the inhabitants here. You're definitely not used to being in crowds of this size. But sticking with your party here, it's you're pretty comfortable around them, and you feel pretty safe right now. So you guys make your way around the city. kind of going through the residential areas and making your way into the marketplace. As I mentioned before, the marketplace is kind of like a bazaar type area. There are lots of like street vendors, various different things. Everybody sells some kind of specialty of some sort, but the smells kind of fill your nostrils. It smells like really good food. You see wide varieties of taverns and bars out there. Just a whole lot to explore. So really, there's anything that you could think of, you could probably find somewhere in here. You pass by, as I mentioned, some taverns, you pass by some inns, pass by various shops and things of that nature. There's some town criers. They're yelling about the monster attacks that have happened outside the city, in the neighboring villages and things like that. You see crowds kind of listening and getting in on all that hot gossip. And yeah, so you guys make your way walking through the marketplace. You go kind of remembering that path that Grandmaster Shamar took you on, to lead you back to the Crimson Sun Temple. And as you make your way into the courtyard, let's just say, you can see Zar is there, and he's been kind of waiting on you guys. Unless,
He's
Zar,
just
you're planning on being somewhere else.
No, he'll just be like looking at his book, kind of writing in it.
Oh my God, boy, you're safe.
Oh, hey guys, how was y'all day?
We went shopping.
These-
Had gotten a few things arranged. I believe one of us got a certain loot upgraded.
You're going to be so sad, man. I'm not going to have my loot for the next couple of days.
So sad.
Looks like we'll
I
have
know.
to.
I knew this would impact you the most.
Hey, yeah, I always did like your songs. So, are you putting the harpy vocal cords? Is that what's happening?
Yes, we have met with Fizbit, the world-renowned person that does the things with the vocal cords. He makes the strings. He does very good work. I'm very excited.
I'm excited for you, Eladrin. I'm sure it'll turn out
Are you-
swimmingly.
Did you find what you were looking for?
Yeah, I was caught up with some people, but I'm good. So for sleeping arrangements tonight, what are we planning? We're staying here. We can. My dad owns a hotel in the Noble District. I'm
What?
sure he would
Sorry.
be. Oh, that's sorry.
What time is it right now?
It's probably, I would say, you guys have been out for a few hours now, so you guys kind of set out around like 1 or 2-ish. It's kind of getting to maybe around like 6, 7 o'clock.
Hmm.
So it's still light, but it's kind of sun's getting real low.
Say, yeah, definitely would be a good idea to rest in Vrento while the sun's down.
Any objections?
No, sounds like a plan.
Do you want us to go to your Anzar, or would you rather stay here at the temple?
I'd like to go. Y'all don't have to come if y'all don't want to. I'm sure they can find some room and board for you here, but I figured I'd offer since you've kept me safe.
I'd
I
be
would like
glad
to-
to.
Yeah, I would love to go. You say it's owned by your father?
Yeah, my father owns. It's called the Crimson Echo Hotel.
What?
The Crimson Echo Hotel.
Oh,
Like
the Crimson Echo.
Yeah, like
you
Echo.
wouldn't happen
Echo,
to know
Echo.
if it costs money.
I mean,
I'm
I'll
sure.
bet to people other than family.
I'm sure we can find some kind of deal. I'll talk to my father.
And you're okay with this?
Yeah, I
For
would.
all of us to come?
I'd love for all y'all to come.
I mean, I say let's go. What do you say? The rest of the Mighty Ducks?
We are not called that. Ducks.
Once again, I'm gonna have to agree with Nayland.
Midas farts and everybody looks at him and goes, Goldberg!
But Nayland nods and goes, fine. I'd be fine with going.
You said it's in the Noble District, correct?
Yes, the Noble District.
Perfect.
Holgrim.
I mean, it sounds
sure.
like a lot better than
I'd
here.
be happy to go.
Okay.
Right.
No, kind of just like. Oh, go ahead. Sorry. I'll lead the way.
All right, perfect.
Nice.
All right, so Zar, as I mentioned once before, you are very familiar with the streets. You are able to bring everybody directly to the Crimson Echo Hotel. And as you guys approach, you see a very elegant building. Lots of very important looking people coming in and out of the doors to the hotel itself. And as you enter the room, some lovely perfumes are sprayed. It feels like it just emanates like elegance and radiance and fine living as a way to describe it. So as you enter in, and Zara, what are you gonna do? So you see there's like someone behind the concierge, just kind of sitting behind the counter there. It's a girl.
I'll go up to the concierge and say, excuse me, may I talk to Zachary Attell?
Oh, Zara, it's been so long. Of course, let me go get your dad. And
Thank you.
she's gonna kind of run to the back there. And a couple of minutes later, out comes your father. So, and he'll say, "Well, Zah, my boy, my darling boy, how are you, my son?" And he'll come and he'll give you a big hug.
Good, it's good to see you again.
And who are these fine gentlemen here?
Well, these are the ducks, apparently.
Oh.
I'll adjust my golden loom badge aside, like say we're not the ducks.
Oh, well, of course.
Cake eater.
Yeah, of course, a prestigious member of the Golden Loom. Well, thank you for coming into a humble hotel.
Well, of course.
Humble Hotel. This is amazing. Are you kidding? This is like a palace, man. You've done really well for yourself here.
Well, thank you very much. And, well, Zar, are you going to introduce me to your friends?
Yeah, this is the blue guy who is very cheerful. This is Haladrian.
At your service, my sir.
Normally he has a lute and he likes to play songs, but he's getting harpy chords put on them right now.
It is a tragedy for me not to be able to play you a song on my lute right now. But, you know, I do have my flute, so, haha! And I reach under my coat and grab my flute and start to pull it out. But that's about as far as I get.
I'll point to Holgrim. I was like, and this is Holgrim. He's from Kragnar. He's our tank of the group. He's strong. He's noble, and just an all-around fantastic person.
Very nice to meet you, Mr. Attell.
Oh, and he does look to be quite strong, this one, Zar. Looks like you've made some good friends here. And, Mr. Eladrian it was, I'm sure someday our guests would appreciate some of your fine musical talents.
And I would be more than happy to give them, for it is my life goal to be able to share my music with the world.
Okay, and I'll point to This is Midas of the Golden Loom.
I'll bow a little bit and says, "It's a pleasure to meet you, sir."
Oh, a pleasure to meet you as well. A shame about Master Balfine.
Yes, yes, it is.
Quite the shame for the Golden Loom to lose such a talent.
It's okay. The loom will recover.
And who's this fine? He'll kind of look up at you, tall gentleman here.
My name is Nayland Stillrest. Nice to meet you. And he does like a very astute, hands very close to a side bow.
And he'll say, "Well, it was a very great pleasure meeting all of you." And so in front of you guys, Zachary Attell, he stands about 6 feet tall. He is a human man with he's got tan skin. He's got some neatly brushed back black hair. It's kind of slicked back, and it has like some kind of like pomade in it that gives it like a sheen. He's dressed in a well-tailored gray suit. Midas, you probably would have noticed, it's a pretty good quality suit. Maybe not to the same grade as the Golden Loom, but still a well-tailored man. All the rest.
We'll work on that later.
So he'll turn back to you, Zar, and he'll say, "Well, Zar, I was a little bit taken aback when you left the city. Neza was quite worried about you," and he'll kind of whisper down towards your ear. He'll say, "Your mother is still a little bit under the weather, unfortunately."
We can discuss that later. For now, I'm back in the city for maybe a few days. I was hoping you could give my friends and us here some rooms, some food, and just show them the kindness that they showed me.
Well, of course, any friend of Zar is a friend of mine, and he's going to snap to the girl in behind the counter. "Giselle, do we have some rooms available?" Or he'll run around back there. So let me take a look, and he's gonna kind of start fiddling through the books. And then a few minutes later, he'll come back and he'll say, "Oh, well, just so happens we happen to have a couple of rooms. I hope some of you don't mind bunking together, but we have 2 rooms available. Each one has 2 beds in it, and Zar, of course, you have your bedroom upstairs. Now," and he's gonna bring Zar. He's gonna say, "Zar, let me. I need to speak with you for just a moment."
I'll look at everyone else and just say, "I'll be back. Just 1 second," and I'll walk.
Thank you, Mr. Vrento. You are so very generous. Thank you very much.
And he'll smile and wave to you as he kind of pulls Zar in and pulls Zar away from the conversation. He'll say, "Zar, of course I'm more than thrilled that you've made some friends, but how long are you planning on staying?"
I don't think we'll be here that long. We'll probably do some research for the Crimson Sun.
Oh, and he kind of perks up at when you say the Crimson Sun. He'll say, "Oh, are you a spy now, my boy?"
Well, one of my professors at Voneth gave me a letter that was sent to her by Grandmaster Shamar, saying that I was one of the chosen, just like the 4 in my group, and we're trying to figure out some stuff about the Crimson Moon.
Oh, well, who am I to get in the way of destiny? It seems, but well, as you know, your mother's treatments are starting to rack up quite a pretty penny, and unfortunately, it doesn't look like she's turning out for the better, but I have no problem with you staying here with these your friends here for at least the night, but unfortunately, I won't be able to accommodate them going forward.
Understandable.
Yeah, we
I
have
think
to
we'll-
we have to make the money to pay for the medical treatments, right? And you know, these, as you know, those rooms go for quite a bit.
I know. But one night should be fine. It should suffice. We'll probably leave after tomorrow. Probably head off on another journey. I'm still in search of some magic that can save Mother's life.
Oh, well, I'm so proud of you, son. And he'll give you a big hug and say, let's go back to your friends.
All right.
And he'll Zachary will kind of round back around the counter. He'll grab the keys, and he has 2 keys, and he says, "Well, choose your bunkmate and head up to the 3rd floor."
Holgrim. It only takes 1 key.
I'll look at Nayland and Holgrim, like, buddy up. I'm like, you got to be kidding me.
Sorry.
Hey,
I so
Violet,
sorry.
you and me, man. We're going
You
to have a
did this
great.
on
It's going to be like a
purpose.
boys' weekend. It's going to be so great.
Does Eladrian have bagpipes still?
Yep.
Please, no.
Well, you two have a good night. I have some things I'd like to do. I guys walk off, and if Holgrim follows me, then yes. But also, yeah, just walk to my room. Or,
So yeah, I'll follow Nayland, and I'm just laughing and shaking my head to myself, knowing that what Midas is in for.
I'll grab the other key and start heading towards the room. But I'll look towards Eladria and go, if I hear you play a single note, I swear to God, I will sew your instrument such.
So you say you are a sewer? I knew it.
Eladria!
I knew I would uncover your secret, man. It's okay. It's safe with me. Sort of.
I hope one of them doesn't die tonight.
Yes, I definitely do fear for Eladrian's safety in this situation.
Hmm.
And before you guys head up, Zachary will say, and do you wish for some food to be delivered to your rooms, or would you like to come down to the dining hall?
I mean, I don't care. It doesn't make a difference to me.
I might eat inside my quarters for tonight.
If eating in the dining hall means I can stay away from Eladrian, then I would take you up on that offer.
All right. Well, I mean, okay, whatever.
Damn.
Oh, whatever you wish, Master Midas.
Guess I'll go tune my bagpipes alone then.
And
Yeah.
Zachary will say to Zara, be sure to pay your mother a visit, will you, son?
Of course, Father.
And, well, I must be going. Hotel matters to deal with. Ta-ta, everyone.
Oh, ta-ta. We'll see you later. So fancy, ta-ta. It's a different caliber of person, man.
We are in the Noble District.
I know. Did you see what happened when we walked in? It's like we smelled bad. They spread the perfume on us.
I did
Have you
notice
never
that.
been in the Noble District before?
I mean, have I been inside of it? Yes. Have I been inside of this amazing hotel? No. Did you, like, grow up here? Like, you know, run around the rooms, hide under the beds?
Yeah, me and my 3 siblings. It was,
Are you the oldest one?
I'm the youngest of 4. Or no, I'm second youngest. I have a little sister.
Oh, you're one of the middle children.
Yeah.
Explains a lot. No, I mean, oh, that's good.
Oh, you really want to talk, Eladrin?
What?
Do you,
What did you say?
Nothing. Go play your bagpipes.
I gotta change the reeds.
do you have any siblings, Eladrin?
No, I do not. I never had a brother nor a sister.
Hopefully, we can suffice.
So far, you guys have been amazing. It's been like I found a whole new family. I had a family before. It's nice to have one again.
All right.
Here, here.
So you guys head up to your rooms. The dining hall is open to those that wish to eat there. But you all go into your rooms eventually, and as you walk inside, once again, it just smells like sandalwood. Beautiful inside. I don't know. I need a nice aroma, and I feel like sandalwood is appropriate.
Lavender.
Lavender. You go on the pillow that smells like lavender.
Elderberries.
There's like, elderberries and like honey smells. It just smells like amazing in here. It's just such a stark contrast to sleeping out in the woods and things like that. The beds are extremely comfortable. There's places that you can wash yourselves inside the rooms and things like that. And then is there anything you guys want to do before go nap? Go take a night?
Indoor plumbing? Wow.
Could Nayland start on making the potion?
Yes, you may.
Excellent.
I'll have to look up how long that stuff takes.
Got it. Yeah, he'll kind of just like set up, like, I assume like there's probably like a desk somewhere that you can just like set up his herbalism kit like real quick, and he'll just like take out the herbs and kind of just like snip some and like mix them all, muddle them.
Yeah, like it'll take some time to like, you gotta like boil some stuff, you gotta let stuff sit overnight, you gotta do like, the little chemical like eyedropper like into the into the mixture.
As Marvin said, it takes time.
Exactly. All right, so Nayland is working on his herbalism kit. What about the rest of you? Eladrian, what are you up to?
Hang on, I'm chewing.
all right, Mike, so what are you up to?
Downstairs.
I'll just flop into the bed like, finally, luxury. And I also like snap my fingers, casting prestidigitation on Eladrin's instruments, so that way like a puff of smoke comes out of it instead of like music.
So he tries to squeeze the bagpipes and just dust pops out of the top. Holgrim, what are you up to?
So I was curious, does my room have like a balcony or a window, something that I can kind of look out?
Yep, there's definitely a balcony there.
Okay, so yeah, I'd probably kind of go out on the balcony a little bit to get outside and just kind of look over the city and probably meditate for a little while.
Yeah. So
what's happened the last few days and what we're getting ready to do.
Yeah, and as you look out onto the city, you're kind of taken aback at all the vast size of the city and the hustle and bustle. You hear, people yelling, cheering, like singing, dancing, all these things in a cacophony of sound, all kind of reverberating out through the city. You see just kind of an ocean of lights that you're definitely not accustomed to seeing, especially after the sun has gone down. But you kind of sit there and really just appreciate the beauty of it. All the ingenuity of people and how they've all come together to live here and build a life and prosper, and you just kind of take it all in as you kind of meditate on things. Eladrian, you finished chewing?
Yes, I have. I am no no problem. But no, so I'm gonna, I'm walking into our room now alone, because Midas is down in the dining room. So even though he's cast this on my instruments, I don't even pick him up. Right, we walk into the room, I take him off, and I put him on the chair by the desk, and I take off the top of my shirt, my cloak, and I've got this giant slash through it, and I'm like, man, oh shit, hold on. Wait, so I have this. Yeah, so I have this giant slash in my cloak, and so I take it off, and I use my what I have in order to be able to sew it shut. And so, I mean, if and I'm thinking to myself, like, if only Midas knew that I could sew also, we would be much better friends.
Hmm.
But he's never asked me. He just keeps defending that he is not a sewer. And so, and then I fix my top. I take it and I lay it across the bed to make it like obvious that I fixed it, and then I just snuggle into bed and get ready to go to sleep. And it's been a long ass day.
Awesome. And Zar, what about you?
So I'm gonna go and knock on Nayland and Holgrim's door.
All right, you guys knock, and are you guys awake for it?
Oh yeah, certainly. Naylor kind of very slowly sets down like his tools that he's working on, goes to the door, opens it. Yes.
Could I? And Zar is kind of like, it's like even sadder than he was earlier today, and just nervous and like kind of shaking and buzzing a little bit. I want you and Holgrim to see if you can do a favor for me. Is that okay to ask?
I look over to Holgrim.
Yeah, I come in off the balcony when I see Czar, and I'll say, sure, whatever we can do to help.
Just follow me, and I'll take him up to my mother's room.
Well,
All right. So you guys head up the stairs. You go all the way up to the top floor, and Zar, you bring them into kind of like the family suite, we'll say. You enter through the kind of the foyer there, and you kind of just beeline it towards a closed door that enters into your parents' room. And as you enter the room, and everyone else kind of, Nayland and Holgrim follow behind you, you guys see lying in the bed a woman. Has long brown hair that has really thinned out. It's kind of like she's been losing hair. She looks very emaciated, kind of just like skin and bones looking. She has a very lovely looking, comfortable nightgown on, and she's under the blankets. Her eyes are closed, and it looks like has some labored breathing.
I'll kind of walk up to her and take her hand.
So you take her hand, but there's no like reaction from her. You feel her hand; it's still warm, but no reaction from her.
Kind of look back to Nayland and Holgrim. And this is my mother, Martha. She was a beautiful woman, still beautiful. But a year ago, some sickness came on and has pretty much taken the life out of her, as you can see. But I've seen you guys heal before. You've healed me, you've healed Eladrin, you've healed Midas. And I was hopeful in seeing that you guys do that, that maybe your healing touch, your healing words, maybe that could bring some life back into her, help her out, just even a little bit. I know it's a big favor to ask, as you've only really known each other for a handful of days, but she's pretty much my everything. It's just hard to see her like this, and yeah.
Aelin will slowly walk over. Has she been seen by anyone?
Oh, I guess I'll answer.
Oh, sorry, I was talking, but my bad.
No, yeah,
I beat
you
myself.
answer. You answer then.
Sorry. Many have come. We have the money for it, so we've gotten the best treatment around, but nothing ever seems to work. But I don't know. Maybe you have something different. Maybe your god can help. I know it's the god of death, but maybe it's not her time, right? In Holgram, I'm not sure if you follow God or not, but I feel warmth whenever you heal me, and I've seen you heal others, and that felt that same warmth. And yeah.
Well, I don't have a lot prepared right now. There's one type of healing that I could do. I do have a spell that I might be able to use tomorrow that might help me diagnose what's wrong with her. I'm sure others probably have tried before me, but I would certainly be willing to try that.
When did this start with her?
It's been almost a year now. And it's just gotten worse over time.
Do you know what caused it?
We don't. No one's been able to tell us the cause.
Nail's gonna look at her. Is this any kind of sickness that Nailin has seen before?
Roll a medicine check for me.
Yeah, I wanted to ask that as well. Is this something that I've seen before?
Damn, it's
You
11.
can roll medicine as well.
Okay.
Okay, so as you guys kind of ask Czar for permission to inspect Martha, you guys kind of check her out and look her over. You do see kind of on like the interior of like her arms, like almost like coming from her chest area, and kind of right now it's kind of looks like it's kind of has spread from like her central core of her body, and you notice there's some like almost like black kind of coming like through her veins. There's like a black color to her veins, and it appears to be kind of spreading from her core. But that's something you guys have never seen before.
Can I cast Detect Good and Evil to see if I could see if this has any and it's any like influence on her in terms of magic, if it's a magic thing that has been put on her, or something like that.
Still
Well, maybe not magic, but
consecrated or desecrated.
yeah.
Yeah, you can definitely try.
I will do so.
All right. So you cast detect evil and good. It does not. Okay. So we'll say. I suppose something would have desecrated. Let me look up that word. Make sure I'm using it in the right context here.
No, I also had to look it up. I was like, wait, what does it mean to be magically desecrated? Sounds like a Mortal Kombat finisher.
Get over here.
Yeah.
Magically desecrated.
Babality.
That's yeah. How the fuck you turn
Friendship.
So you can tell that there was some kind of magical influence that took place, but that's all you can really glean from the spell.
If I use detect good and evil, do you think I would, or do I think I would be able to have a better understanding of it?
DM shrugs his shoulders from behind the screen. You can try.
Well, I'll use it. Shit,
Oh,
we're about to go to
That's a
bed.
bad sign, bro.
I'll use detect magic from my yeah.
Detect magic.
Yeah.
Okay.
I use it for free for the Furbolg thing.
Yep. I just wanna take a quick look here.
Just really nailing kind of just is like casting some spells, and like his eyes kind of just like glow to like different shades of colors as he's like scanning her with like all of his like medical capabilities. Just like
Yeah. So you cast the spell. Your eyes change as you just described, and you kind of look over Martha's body. You do detect the hint of necromancy magic, but it seems like this was the after effect of a spell of the necromancy school.
I see. I relay all of this to Czar. Sorry, Czar and Holgrim.
Is this something that previous casters have found out as well, or just like something new?
So other practitioners, healing practitioners, would have done this kind of research as well. Done these kind of spells to see if there's any kind of like, what was the root cause of it. So they have seen that it was some kind of necromancy magic of some kind.
Gotcha.
I don't know if there's anything I can truly do for her. I don't. This is a bit more complex than just a simple sickness.
But your God gives you powers to heal, right? And
Kelm Ward exists not to hasten nor slow the process of death. If you talk to my God, you would not get the answers you want.
I feel like if any God would not give me any answers that I want. And kind of see Czar kind of start getting like really frustrated and kind of mad, like as he says that line.
I understand it can be hard. The gods are a tricky bunch, sure, but
Tricky bunch. So they let women, mothers, who have done nothing wrong. She was a bookshop owner. She was a mother of 4. She has a loving husband. She gives back to the community. Like, why? Like, why punish her?
don't look at it as punishment.
This is not a
More
punishment.
so, just I doubt the gods that are after your mother specifically or your life. We just are living in a world where things happen, and this clearly is just an event of misfortune.
Hey,
I did, of course, don't know what happened, but that's usually it for the most part.
I cannot accept that. If
I have some very similar experiences. My mother passed away 3 years ago, and that was what actually led me to start out on the path of becoming a paladin. And I had a lot of the same questions as you, and I still have a lot of the same questions.
and you're okay
But
with God choosing your mother's life or death and killing her, basically.
Nayland kind of like puts his hand on Czar's shoulder. Back when I didn't live in Stellaris, I had a bit of a quarrel, you could say. He kind of like looks down. I don't know if I'm fully able to get into all that happened. However, I will say I can certainly experience the pain you are going through. And I will do whatever I can to make sure that your mother sees herself well.
Czar's just kind of looking at his mother, kind of. I don't want to say holding back tears because there's that they kind of start streaming down his face, just seeing that two people that he like are the chosen, you know. He figured like maybe those people could help and those people can't help. So like figuring that out in this moment is like hard on him. And he'll kind of just look at you and say, if you help me to figure out whatever this is, no matter what it takes, because I will do whatever it takes. Gods, no gods, being a criminal, being a chosen, I will save my mother. I will not let her be taken from this world. I would rather be taken from this world first, before. And Holgrim, I'm very sorry for your mother. I wish the circumstances would have been different. I wish we could go back in time with the people that we know now to fight for her. Like you are willing to fight for my mother.
well, we can't change what's happened in the past. But as you're learning and growing as a wizard, I'm still learning and growing on my path as well. And maybe one day, and hopefully soon enough, I might know something that will be able to help your mother, and I would not hesitate to try anything.
Thank you, Holgrim. I kind of look at Nayland. Would you do anything?
I would. Nayland, like, I doubt this is gonna work, but Nayland will attempt to cast Spare the Dying on her. And it makes like the creature become stable. If it has 0 hit points.
Sure. So you kind of lay your hand on Where are you gonna put your hands?
I'll probably just like
Careful
like
there.
hover them over her forehead.
All right. So you rest your hand over her forehead, and as you've done before in the past, you channel your magic to preserve this life. Um, but you don't feel your magic penetrate into the body. It kind of just is not releasing from your hand like into Martha's body. You kind of feel it almost like come back and just is ineffective.
Odd.
I guess seeing that, the only spell I have right now for healing is lay on hands, so I would like to just place my hand on Martha's shoulder and just use my 10 charges of lay on hands to restore 10 hit points.
Sure. So you channel your magic using, drawing from that meditation from earlier, just seeing that abundance of life in the city and things like that, and you make that silent plea to your deity as you try to channel healing magic. You feel it kind of coursing through your hands, and usually when you do this, you would feel kind of that warmth of healing magic spread out from your arm and kind of goes down through your fingertips, and then it leaves your body and goes out into your target. But you just feel the magic kind of stay in your hand. It doesn't transfer out into the body, and your lay on hands is ineffective.
We will
Yeah, I
become
guess
strong.
I'll just say, yeah, I'm sorry. I can't be of more help right now, but I promise the next time we're back in the city, if I know more than I know now, I'll try whatever I've learned.
We will become stronger. We will learn more powerful magic together. And just thank you guys for. Thank you.
Nods his head. And I guess we leave the room.
Yeah, I'll kind of lead you up to the door and open it.
Yeah, I kind of just put my hand on Zoe's shoulder, and as we're going out of the room, and just say I'm sorry and hang in there.
You'll just give him a little nod and show him out. And I'll pull up a chair, put it next to my mother, kind of just hold her hand and look at the tattoo on her wrist, the little stick figures of her little family, and just sleep there.
All right. So you guys head back to your rooms, and you guys maybe have a little conversation about the strange ineffectiveness of your magic. As you guys kind of have that conversation, and Nayland will kind of start tidying up his herbalism stuff, and you guys will hit the hay, and everyone will get a long rest. Whether it was a completely restful for some, maybe some were just very much enjoying the luxuries that they're sleeping in currently. But the next day is here. What do you guys want to do?
I'm gonna get up a little bit earlier than everybody else and kind of crawl up to the roof of the hotel, right? And get on top of the tallest spire or whatever the tallest spot is where I can have the best view. And I pull out my bagpipes, and I commence to do this hopefully beautiful morning tune, right? It's like it's so wistful and it's airy and breathy, and it's like an alarm clock, but nice.
Roll that performance check.
Oh shit!
Oh my god. No.
All right, so
Wow.
what you imagine to be
The Midas curse.
a very lovely, beautiful song to just gently wake up everybody. It is, in fact, the sound of the most off-tune, just like every note is incorrect of what you're trying to hit, and you like people are like opening up the windows, telling you to shut up. Just people screaming at you.
Nayland is one of those people.
Does anybody throw money at me to make me stop? Because I will gladly take that.
You're really high up on the roof, so like people are trying to throw like rocks at you, but no one's successful. And then like there's guards around the Crimson Echo Hotel that are yelling at the people that are trying to throw rocks at you because the rocks are hitting the Crimson Echo Hotel instead. So you just got a lot of angry people at you, basically.
All right, so I finally stop, right, thinking that this was just the most harmonious thing that's ever come out of these pipes, and I climb and I come down and I start and I come down and I land and I jump down and all right, so who's ready for the day? Look, totally oblivious that everybody just is like giving me devil eyes. And so, that's good, huh? You guys slept well?
I was.
Oh, good. I'm glad, my friend. Well, it's, that's good.
I'm like wide awake at this point. I'm just like glaring at Eladrin. Just you couldn't just go 24 hours.
I'm having to go many more than that without my loot.
You know,
How about we add like other instruments? Just 24 hours, no music. I think that's a good plan.
I don't. This is out of the question.
I figured.
You know, I didn't think it was that bad.
So I set up.
Thank you. See, someone appreciates my art.
Art. That was no art. This morning I was horrified.
Who are you to say what is and is not art?
A consumer.
Oh, that was a good answer.
Wow.
No, kind of just like with bags of eyes, just eating eggs.
Someone actually made him speechless.
I think maybe you just need a little more practice with the bagpipes. But I think, as we're heading out today, just give them a little extra work, a little more music than usual.
I will do this. I will make sure that I practice the bagpipes more than I would usually. It's a very good idea, Olgi. Thank you.
I think that you should stay up late at night when Midas is sleeping and definitely practice then.
Yeah, do that and you're dead.
Yeah, I mean, as tempting as that sounds, I will probably refrain.
Worth a shot.
Good choice.
So,
Shall
gentlemen,
shall
what are we to
prepare?
do?
I figure we prepare for going up north.
Yeah,
Or seems we've already done so.
Sounds
I
good to
think
me.
that's our next stop is to follow that book.
Mm-hmm.
Do we want to get like a wagon or like mounts or anything?
Do you have that much money?
I don't know. I don't know what it costs, man. I've never. I don't know.
Ah, unfortunately, I think buying a mount might be out of our price range for a bit. Though I'm not sure how much money is in, how much money you have.
He couldn't
Why-
even afford to get his loot fully fixed.
But it's not that he said 15. What do you want from me? I am only sticking to the agreement we had.
He said 50.
Like I said, he said 15.
Okay.
Would any of us just kind of generally know the price of like a horse and wagon, just to, if that might speed up our trip?
You guys know where the stables are, where you can ask. They're at like the north and the south end, inside of Vrento. So like just inside the walls when you enter Vrento from either side, there's stables there.
Yeah, like I cannot buy one. I was thinking more like to, like rent a wreck or something.
Right. That's alright.
But whatever. I'm totally fine walking. I really don't have enough money to be doing anything silly. I should probably start like a fundraiser in order to get the money for my loot.
You could play your bagpipes in public, and like a lot of bards do, a lot of traveling bards.
Maybe not after this morning's performance.
I was gonna say, yeah.
Certainly not.
Maybe if I tried my flute.
You have almost already soured this town of your musical taste today. Thank you.
All right. Okay. So let's just you know what? Let's just walk this time. We will get to know each other. It will give me a chance to practice, so that way when we come back, I won't be so bad. Right, Hoagie? That's the idea.
That's how it generally works.
Yeah. See,
More
practice.
practice, the better.
Yeah. See, he's right. He's encouraging me. Let's just walk.
Walking it is.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
All right, so
Guess
you
who's walking
guys are heading out.
to, I guess, Kraknar, right? Like, are we gonna go walk towards like Kraknar, just like wherever the book is pointing us to?
Yeah, I guess maybe
Guess
just
they're
head
leading
north
on.
and have Czar, check the book every so often and make sure we're going the right direction.
I take the book out and say, compass.
So when you say compass, you feel the book kind of vibrate a little bit, and it starts pulling you, pulling north, just like it did yesterday.
Well, no better time than now.
And away we go.
All right, so you guys pack up all your belongings, and you start to head down the stairs of the Crimson Echo Hotel. Czar, your father Zachary is at the front desk, and there are a lot of angry patrons at the front desk that are complaining about the unwanted wake-up calls that they received in the morning. But Zachary sees you guys heading out, and he runs over to you and says, Czar, do you have any idea about that noise this morning?
All I heard was a beautiful bird.
Well, I can't believe that someone would play such ear-piercing music this early in the morning, disrupting our valuable guests. Well, it's gonna take a lot of coaxing to not get anyone to leave or pay us, but well, it looks like you guys are about to head out, though. Is that what the plan is?
Yeah, we plan to go to Kragnor and see what we can find.
Oh, well, make sure to dress warm, my son, and please be back soon.
I will, Father.
And he
Good.
gives big ol' hug.
That's right. I'll hug him back.
Perfect. And then, so you guys begin to head out the doors.
So Kragnar's cold. Does everyone have cold gear?
Hmm.
I'll say you won't need like you won't need like parkas or anything like that.
Okay, gotcha.
We'll say for the sake of argument, you all have stuff in your adventurers' bags. You got like warm ponchos that'll do the trick.
Got a beanie.
Like those tinfoil blankets.
Exactly.
Tinfoil blankets.
Oh my god, yes.
You
Can
know,
you say?
Midas stays strapped.
I bet he does.
You'll make whatever you need.
He'll sew it for us, huh?
No.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
I have my religious clothing
there you go.
I can wear.
Perfect.
Can we say as we head out, I stop at like a magic store to pick up a couple components?
Yeah, we will. But before we do that,
Okay.
so as you guys head outside, once again, it's a bright, early morning. It's probably around 7 a.m. because the Ladrian got up nice and early and woke everyone up nice and early.
It was beautiful. And I'm so glad Zar covered for me with his father.
So outside, you guys begin to make your way down the roads, but not too far from the entrance of the Crimson Echo Hotel. You see two men stumble out of a bar. They are in full plate armor, and they look like they've had quite the night of drinking, and in fact, they still kind of look a little bit drunk. And one stumbles out and looks at you, Eladrian, and he says, "Oi, are you the fucker who fucking blew those fucking bagpipes this early?"
I've got no idea what you're talking about, man. Bagpipes, I don't even know what a bagpipe is. What is a bagpipe? What is this? Is a song, musical instrument? I don't even know.
So this guy just kind of stumbles up, kind of very drunkenly stumbles up towards you, and he's about probably like 6'4", and he is a big man, and he kind of looks behind your bag, kind of squeezes like your backpack, and he hears the sounds of like a bagpipe essentially. So he hears like the squeeze of a bagpipe, and he's like, "Oh, what's that? What the fuck is that?"
I look at him and I go, "Pardon me." Like I just farted, but I was trying to pass off the bagpipe noise as a fart.
"Oh, you think you're pretty funny, don't you? Hey, we got a little comedian over here." He points to his laughs at his buddy. This guy's like, "I thought it was pretty funny, actually." I don't appreciate being woken up so early in the morning.
You haven't even gone to bed yet, my friend.
What are you, my dad? Huh? Mr. Music
Holgrim's
Man?
Holgrim's gonna kind of jump up and try and get in between them and just get in this guy's face and say like, "All right, look, buddy. We know you've had a few too many, and you should probably go home and sleep that off."
Hey, look, Roger, we got ourselves a tough guy over here. Are you a tough guy, little man?
You don't want to call him little man.
Oh, I don't, Mr. Fart.
Mr. Fart. No, you don't. And don't you call me Fart.
Well, if you dealt it, you smelt it, you know?
If you denied it, you supplied it.
That's right. Exactly. So it was you.
It was. I was throwing it right back at. If you want, I am rubber and you are glue, and whatever you say bounces off to me and sticks to you.
And then the guy's like, "Oh, you think you're pretty smart, don't you?" And he kind of he shoves your shoulder, and it's like with a good amount of force too, where you kind of stumble back a step or two.
And instead of stumbling, I turned it into like a back handspring, right? And I stand up and I'm like, ha! You have no idea what you are dealing with.
Oh, look at this guy, Roger. He's doing the flippy dippies over here.
Now, it is time, like my friend Holgi said, to go home and sleep this off. And I do everything I can to, like, just persuade this guy to be like, look, man, just fucking get the fuck out of here now.
Oh, wait a minute. I was sleeping perfectly fine, and then all I hear is little baby deer, and then I'm awake. And I saw you, isn't that right, Roger? He's on the roof, Roger, that's right. He's like, yeah, I saw this blue guy on the roof, man. See, Roger said that you were on the roof playing the tooting machine over there. So we got a problem.
My tooting machine?
You know what I mean, Mr. Fart.
Listen, man. I already told you once. Do not call me fart.
What are you gonna do about it? And he pushes your
Alright,
shoulder again.
I take my as he pushes my shoulder, right? I use my yeah. As he pushes my shoulder, right? I push back with my hand and hit him with shocking grasp.
Oh my god.
All right,
Oh, God.
roll to attack.
An 11.
An 11, okay. So as he kind of gives you a shove, and then you touch him, and you feel the magic kind of course through you, but he notices kind of the sparks kind of building up in your hand, and he swats your hand away before the spell can go off. And he says, hey, look, Roger, you see this? Roger, man, you see this? Look at him. He tried to electrocute me, man.
We really should get going.
This is a warning. You understand me? Listen, it is time for you to go. You touch me again, we're going to have a problem.
Oh, you think you got problems now, man? You just tried to electrocute me, man. Well, you don't want to mess with us, man. Isn't that right, Roger? He doesn't want to mess with us. No, man, you won't mess with us.
Excuse me, sir. What is your name?
That's Roger over there.
What was your name?
My name? It doesn't matter what my name is. All you gotta know is that you're messing with the Paladins of the Advent, man.
I'm sorry, the what?
You heard me, the Paladins of the Advent, and you don't want none of this, okay? So you
I'm
be
quite
tooting your
sure.
horns. You better not be tooting your horns anymore, or I'll come get you.
All right.
Well,
What?
we are very sorry for any inconvenience to have caused you on this fine morning. We do need to depart, though.
Wait. You know what? You could totally make up for this over there, Mr. Fart. All you gotta do, give us a little money.
I tell you what. How about I just leave? For good. You know what? I will just leave.
You could
these
totally
folks-
leave. You could totally leave, man.
will just-
After you give us some money, you woke us up very rudely, and I could use me and Roger over here could use a drink, calm us down. Isn't that right,
I will-
Roger?
I will give you something even better than money. I will play you the performance of a lifetime.
Alan closes his ears, but kind of secretly.
The same thing like it's the same thing like it was before, Mr. Fart. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to
You-
hear it.
I promise. You are going to be amazed. This will blow your socks off if you have any socks that you are wearing, or even if you have. Do you know what socks are?
Well, I know what I do got. I got this big shiny metal boot. And it's going up
Listen,
that blue
you ready
ass
for
of
this?
yours.
All right.
Wow.
Here's the deal. You ready? I'm going to blow your socks off, man. All right, so here we go. Right? And I grab my bagpipes, and I get ready for it, and here it goes. And, oh God, yes! And I grab it, and I'm like, and the next and just go on for the next several minutes
And then
as a crowd.
Malin walks out of the room.
I'm just gonna kind of be standing like near these two guys, and if either of them try and like make an aggressive move towards Eladri, and I want to just try and like grapple him, hold him there.
so the
Do
guy
they look aggressive?
they look really drunk, and they look like they look like the type that would definitely start a fight for no reason.
Oh, Nayla does not leave the room. Yeah.
So the guy that's been messing with you, Eladri, he's gonna look over. Hey, Roger, that's pretty good, huh? That's pretty good. Way better than before. Why didn't you play it like that before, man? What's wrong with you? Got performance issues, man?
Wow.
You see that, Roger? You got performance issues. Ah, look at this guy.
I do not have this. This is every time I perform, it's amazing. My mother has said this my entire life.
You know, that's pretty good. You know, my socks are not blown off, but you know what? You're not so bad, Mr. Fart. You're not so bad. You're not so bad. I still want some money though. I would really like some money. Just give me a gold. Just give me a gold pieces. Just give me a gold piece.
Yeah, we won't be giving you any money. And what kind of paladin spends their morning shaking people down? This is ridiculous.
Oh, you never heard of the paladins of the Advent? Oh, little guy. You kind of like.
No, I've spent my time with real paladins.
This is shit, Roger. Damn, Roger, you hear this guy? He's talking shit. He's talking shit about us, Roger. What do you want to do about this, Roger? What do you want to do? So I don't know, man. What do you want to do?
Roger, I think I see your socks over there, man.
Roger, you dropped your socks, man? You dropped your socks again?
They were blown off. You see, Roger, don't forget, man. That was the performance of a lifetime. You'll never get another one just like this.
Midas is gonna walk a few paces away and then cast disguise self through like one of the guards, and then he's gonna come back and just taps the drunks on the shoulder like, hey, what we got over here? Is everything okay?
Oh, officer, Mr. Guard over here. Look at this guy. See this guy with the little tootin' machine over there? The little tootin' machine.
Oh yeah, I see the tootin' machine.
And you know what? He was very bad earlier, but, you know, he kind of turned it around just a minute ago. But he still was very, very rude.
Oh, I agree. 100%.
And all I was saying, officer, is that, you know, for our inconvenience, you should just, you know, pay us like a gold so we could get a drink and then have a good night's sleep. You know what I mean?
I hear you, and I definitely think you're right. So how about what we do is I'll come take him down to the guard tower, and I'm gonna make sure that he sends not only you a gold piece, but everybody else one.
That's right, Mr. Fart. That's right. The law came for you.
I fought the law, and the law won, man.
So how about you let me do my job, and you go. I like sniff his breath, and go enjoy being in the tavern for a little bit longer.
You know what, Ossifer? That's a great idea. That is a great idea. Roger, let's go back into the bar. But hey, I remember your faces. You haven't heard the last of the Paladins of the Advent.
Yeah, you tell them. And I like gently push them towards the tavern.
We will rue this day.
Thanks, you officer. Thank you for keeping the peace. Let's go, Roger. Let's go get a drink. And the two men, escorted by Midas in disguise, head back into the bar. After the crowd is kind of that kind of gathered hearing this loud man yell at you, as well as the bagpipes that were playing. The crowd disperses.
And you guys came to my rescue. This is more like a family every day. Thank you so much. It was pretty close. The only Advent I know is an Advent calendar, so I don't know what the hell he's talking about.
After I finish escorting them, I come back, but in my regular form, not with the disguise self on anymore. I didn't do it for you. I did it for my reputation. They was getting a bit too loud.
Thank you anyway.
I'll have you know I wouldn't let those paladins of the Advent lay a finger on you. Good Eladrian.
You're too kind. You're too kind. You're too good of a friend. I do not deserve friends such as you, my friend. It is amazing. Now, what do you say? We take off, and we go north, wherever this book is saying we should go.
Agreed.
All right, and Zar, you wanted to do something before you guys left? Is there anything anybody else wants to do before they leave?
Yeah, I was just gonna get some components for a spell.
There's a Church of Kalimdor near I forget where you said the location of it was.
It'll be just outside the north end, so you would be kind of passing by that place.
Okay. I would like to stop by there, just check up on things as we go out.
Alrighty, so let's do Zar's shopping first. Zar, what are you looking to get?
10 gold worth of charcoal, incense, and herbs that must be consumed by fire in a brass brazier.
Alright, so we won't have to worry about the brass brazier. But for the rest of the stuff, as you kind of, you have to make your way out through the marketplace to get outside of Vrento anyways. So as you make your way through kind of the marketplace, the bazaar, there's various shops and stalls that kind of sell everything that you need. You kind of have to go to a couple of them, but you're able to get all the components that you require.
Perfect.
So that's your 10 gold there. Anybody else need anything before you head out?
I'm perfect.
Yep, I'm fine.
I don't think so.
Alrighty. Okay, so you guys make your way outside of the walls of Vrento. You pass out the northern gate, and you guys are you walk by a large graveyard. And Nayland, this graveyard is quite familiar to you. And kind of around the back side of the graveyard, kind of tucked away in the corner, there is a small building there.
Yeah, I'll walk up to the building. Or walk into it, I should say.
Perfect. So as you kind of walk in, it's not like the fanciest thing. It's kind of a very, very like basic house, a little bit run down, quite honestly. But over top of the entranceway, you guys are able to see the imprint of a scale, like a balancing scale. And to Nayland, that is a very familiar sign. If you want to tell people what it is.
The symbol above the church represents judgment at the end of everyone's life. At the end, Kelimpor, the god I pray to, he judges all who for their previous actions and their mortal life, and punishes or rewards them accordingly. As he kind of just like is walking up to the church and going to walk in.
Yeah. So as you make your way into the church, you see a man in just a long black robes, tending to things at the back of the church. You can also see there's like a long sword affixed to his side as well. What do you do?
As I walk up to him, pass and be judged, friend.
The man hearing this stands up and turns around, and he'll say, "Ah, Nayland, so good to see you again, my friend." And standing in front of you is a human male with a long gray beard, a very kind of hooked nose, and some very dark black, almost blackish brown eyes. And he says, what can I do for you, my friend?"
Well, we were just going by to. We're on an expedition right now, and we happened to walk by this church. Wondered if there was anything you might be able to spare on our journey. It's going to be a bit of a tiring one, a bit cold as well.
He'll kind of look around the back of the church there. He says, "Well, I do have a few blankets. That surely can keep you warm a little bit. Are you planning on heading north?"
Yes, I assume near Kraknar, but I'm not 100% sure.
A journey with no clear destination. Sounds interesting, my friend. You're getting into something above your pay grade?
So it seems. I can only hope. I'll emerge strong. Maybe be in your position at the end of it.
Well, we could always use another Doom Guide here on Stellaris, but I'm sure you've heard the rumors of those monsters about.
Yes, we actually came from a village that got attacked from one not too long ago.
Oh, well, I hope you were able to pass judgment on them.
Quite swiftly.
Good man, that's what I like to hear. Well, I wish you good luck on your journey. May the judgment guide you on your way.
May judgment guide you. And Nayland will take one blanket and offer a blanket to anyone who wants one. But other than that, he'll
I will.
ready to leave.
I'll take the blanket and then look at the guy and be like, and you're judged also.
No.
Right? That's what this. That's what it is.
No.
That's how it goes.
Elijah, and you do not talk to a Doom Guide and such. A Doom Guide and such.
I was trying to be respectful, man.
I know. But
Ah.
He's really trying here, man.
The Doom Guy kind of chuckles a
Mr. Guy.
little bit. He kind of chuckles a little bit. That's okay, Nayland. That's okay. They don't know our ways. There's nothing wrong with that.
Right.
Thank you.
Right, you
Thank you, Mr. Dune. Thank you, Mr. Guide.
Oh, Eladrin.
You can
Naylor
call me.
kind of just like adjusts his monocles on his face. Just. Ugh.
You may refer to me as Doom Guide Winston.
Got it. Winston. Winston. Oh, Winston. 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 You got it. Yes. Winston it is. Okay.
Bro,
Eladrin
Well,
compose himself.
well, if you'll excuse me, I have to tend to the graveyard. And
Well,
he'll kind of make his way out to a back entrance.
take care, Doom Guy Winston.
He's a good guy, that man. The good guy, Winston.
He truly is.
All right, and as you guys head back out, you make your way north, and Holgrim, you would be very well aware of how long it takes to get to Kraknar, and you guys have a 3 days journey ahead of you to get to Kraknar. There's also, as if you look at the map, there's also the small town of Valakin as well along the way. So it's up to you guys, whichever way you want to go. To Valakin, it's only 1 day of travel. And Nailin and Holgrim, you two have been there before as well.
When you say 1 day of travel, that means like it would take us. Would we get there by nighttime if we left in the morning, or would we get there by like 24 hours the next morning?
Yeah,
if we left?
next morning, yeah. You'll want to rest kind of at least for 1 night on the road.
Certainly.
Yeah, would you like to, I guess, set out thinking that we're going to Valakan, just to stop and check in with the book to make sure we're still going in the right direction?
I suppose so.
If it's going to
Yeah,
be,
'cause it's 3
I mean,
days
is it-
either way.
yeah, is it out of the way? Would it add more time to get to?
y'all would know best.
It it's 1 day of. Do we know how long it is to say Kraknar from Valakin? Is it also 3 days, or like
It would
2
be
days?
Kraknar to Valakin. It's 2 days. Those
So
So
kinda-
it's 3 days. It's 3
yeah.
days either way.
Yeah.
So we can either detour or not. It's the same amount of travel.
I say we assume we're heading to Valakin. Maybe stop by, see if monster attacks are happening everywhere, and see if there's anything we might be able to aid them in on our way up further north.
Yes, this is a good idea. I say let's do that.
All right, perfect. So you guys have your destination. You're planning on going to maybe stop off in Valakin first on your way to Kraknar, following the book as it guides you wherever it is guiding you. And with that, we'll end today's session.
Woo!
Slide.
Let's go. Good session.
10 out of 10. Good job, everyone.